Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Today I am transplanting, repotting, potting up, whatever you want to call it, some tomatoes. What I have is I have these tomatoes here. They're a couple of weeks old and they're ready to go. They're ready to be transplanted into a little bit bigger pot, and this is one step up, and then they'll be ready to go out and get going to the high tunnel. This variety is actually called a big Dena. This is a large tomato, but you can do this with any variety. There's no they all work. I've done it with cherries and I've done it with all different kinds, it works the same way. So I'm going to try to set you up here where you can see. You may not be able to see me the entire time of the video, but I want to show you some that I did earlier. These are a same variety, big Dena, and they're basically in a 3.5 inch pot. And I'll show you those now. Here they are. You can see them. These are just the real thin, kind of the throwaway quality of transplant pot, but we reuse them until they're just rotted off and you can't reuse them anymore. But as long as they'll hold dirt and hold the plant, we're going to reuse them. So anyway, I'm going to try to get you set up here. Bear with me, and then I'm going to set up another tray, and we're going to get going on that tray. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, back again. What I want to do is show you some of the products I'm using. Here's the bottom tray. It's also the cheaper quality tray. I just use these for bottom watering, and they hold a lot of water, and so I don't fill them all the way up. I fill them about a quarter of the way, and I let the plant soak up as much as it can, and I don't water it again until it goes dry. And that seems to work really well for me. And then the little pots they come on a sheet like this. There's quite a few in a case. I think there's like 1,600 of them in a case, and I get those from Adams Wholesale. Adams Wholesale sells those, and they're actually out of Fort Worth, but they've actually got 2 or 3 locations. I think they have one in San Antonio, and I'm not sure, maybe the other one's in Dallas, or you can look them up online though, adamswholesale.com. And let me show you my planting medium that I'm using. This is kind of it's all bagged product. This is the green bag of the Pro Mix from SunGrow product. It's professional growing mix, and then I add in a little bit of worm castings and a little bit of organic fertilizer 444 in a powder form, and just mix it in well. And here, let me show you the potting soil here. The potting soil that I'm using is now I have pre-moistened this, and so I do throw away any large pieces that there's like a stick. I'll get rid of that. And yeah, it's moist, but it will crumble real easy. It doesn't pack. You see, if I squeeze it together, I can very easily break it apart. And so this really holds moisture real well. It's got some peat in it, and a little bit of perlite, not a lot, just enough to keep things loose. And from packing real tight, it lets these young plants get a really good start, and the root system really takes off real well in this potting mix. So let me I'll come back to you in just a minute when I'm filling the tray up. I think you can see some of the tray there. Let's see if I can move down a little bit and get a little bit more in there. There you go. You may be able to see all of it, but you can see some of it. So here we go. So basically, I have a 1 gallon picture, and basically I just use it to transfer my soil over into the tray, and get enough on there to fill it up. I do not pack it down into the cells. I leave it loose. Before these get transplanted, they're going to be watered a couple of times, and this soil medium is going to most definitely pack down, and it just gives the roots an opportunity to take hold well, and if they're going to wrap around this inside this container, they're not forced to go one direction or another. I just look for sticks while I'm doing this and pull them out. Some people I know screen their potting mix ahead of time, but I don't do that. I buy good potting mix, and it doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. A little bit extra here. And that's about it. So before I start pulling the plants out, I make sure that they've got a decent root, at least the tap root, and a couple more roots going off the side. It really helps. And so on these type, basically, let me pull you over here. Basically what I'm doing is this potting soil that's in here is really wet and loose, and so what I'm doing is I'm just pulling the plant right up through the dirt, roots and all, and you can see that I've got a little plant here with just a few roots coming off, but it's enough. It's more than enough to sustain growth for this plant. So basically I have the plant, and just gonna make a hole down the middle, make sure that taproot goes down, and I'm gonna plant this all the way down to those cotyledons leaves, those first two immature leaves that come on the seedling. If you'll look at a tomato plant, let me get another one out here and I'll show you. If you look at a tomato plant, I don't know if you can see that on the, yeah, you can see it. There's little roots all the way up that stem. And those roots, if you plant that deep enough, those roots will grow. And this will be a really strong tomato plant with a very healthy root system when you get ready to transplant it. You won't have near the transplant shock. It'll just be a much healthier start for you, and it'll really take off and grow. Here's another one. Sometimes we get a little extra dirt with it, depends on how soft and broke up it is. Sometimes I break them up a little more. Anyway, pop it down in there. I think you can see what I'm doing here. It's not, I like my favorite saying is, this is not rocket science, we're growing tomatoes. And so that's really all there is to it. I do not water this in on the top. I do put a little water in the bottom. Remember, I pre-watered and pre-wet my potting soil, so I really don't have to water this at all. There's plenty of water in here to last for a couple of days, but I do put a little bit of water in the bottom just to see if it wants to draw up any more. I don't overdo it because we don't want them sitting here floating. They will drown. Tomatoes like to have a little water, but not too much water. By the way, I think I told you this, but I have 4-4-4 fertilizer mix in here. I don't put fertilizer in my seeds when I plant them. There's no fertilizer in that soil. I put it only in the transplant mix because now they've got some roots and they're able to uptake that nitrogen and potassium and all that and get it up into the plant. And so they've got some true leaves on there, so they're actually really ready to take off. They just need a little boost. These things are going to go crazy, and I'll bring you back and give you an update about a week from today, and I'll show you where these plants are at. They'll probably be 6 inches or 8 inches tall by that time. They will have really shot up. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll get you an update here in about a week or so. God bless.